Hello and welcome to the listeners. This is Mahatma Gandhi Letters. Friends, so far in previous episodes, we have seen three different kind of approach in articles by Gandhi. Gandhi's art of crafting an article was exceptional. When Gandhi wrote to common people of a society about the principles and values he believed through newspapers, depicted Gandhi as an experimenter. Gandhi was seen as a family member with a spiritual values in personal letters written to the closed ones. But in the articles written to the government or administration, Gandhi was seen as a saint who warns institutions through writings. In the Petition to Lord Ripon, which we have read in the previous episode, though he formally writes a petition, Gandhi ventures to awaken the administration and officials throughout the article. Gandhi effectively makes them to realize the responsibilities of an empire that preaches the great values of Christianity to the whole world. So much so that the administration would get confused whether the person who is writing this petition is a subject of the empire or a saint who is preaching to us. In his petition to Ripon, he explains that if the Indian are deprived from the right to vote, the British intention to spread the Christian values to the world will face notoriety in history. He also warns that the observance of one law in each colony will create the conflict against the regime among the citizens of the world. But after all these authoritative approach against the rule, Gandhi immediately seems like an innocent disciple when he writes a letter to his honourable. In today's episode, we read his another letter to Dadabhai Navaroji. The letter goes like this. Durban, July 27, 1894, to the Honourable Mr. Dadabhai Navaroji, Member of Parliament. Sir, in continuation of my letter of the 14th instant, I have to inform you as follows. The petition to the Home Government, a copy of which has already been sent to you, was sent, I hear, last week. Mr. Escombe, the Attorney General, has made a report to the effect, if the informant is right, that the only reason for passing the bill is to prevent the Asiatics from controlling the government of the natives. The real reason, however, is simply this. They want to put the Indians under such disabilities and subject them to such insults that it may not be worth their while to stop in the colony. Yet they do not want to dispense with the Indians altogether. They certainly do not want those Indians who come on their own means, and they want the indentured Indians very badly. But they would require, if they could, the indentured Indian to return to India after his term of indenture. A perfect leonine partnership. They know very well that they cannot do this at once, so they have begun with the franchise bill. They want to feel the pulse of the home government on the question. One member of the assembly writes to me that he does not believe that the home government would sanction the bill. I need hardly say how important it is for the Indian community that the bill should not receive the sanction. Natal is not a bad place for the Indians. Good many Indian traders earn a respectable living here. The bill, if it became law, would be a very great blow to further Indian enterprise. Of course, I may state again, as I have done once, that there is not the slightest probability of the government of the natives passing from the Europeans to the Indians. This is simply meant to frighten the home government. Those who live here, including the government, know very well that such a thing will never happen. They do not want the Indians to elect white members, 2 or 3, who may look after their interests in the parliament, so that the government may work their way towards the destruction of the Indians without any opposition whatever. I have sent copies of the petition to Sir W. Wedderburn and others there, and also some copies to Indian newspapers. Please excuse the length of my letters. You will very much oblige me by giving hints as to the way of working. I beg to remain your faithful servant, M.K. Gandhi. Dear listeners, this was the letter to Dhadhabhaayi about updating the happenings. In the next episode, we will witness an historical decision by Gandhi by the establishment of a union called Natal Indian Congress. Thank you for listening to Mahatma Gandhi Letters.